Hi guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So, excuse me, it is morning, and I have my first cappuccino of the day. I actually slept in a little bit late, so I'm just like, I think I slept until 8 a.m., which is usually not me. So I got way too much friggin' sleep. I think I got like 9 hours of sleep last night, and wow, I'm just kind of groggy today. Too much sleep is not good for me. But anyways, moving on. Today is going to be a massive haul video. Now, it's all mainly decks, except for I got some bags that I want to show you. And a couple other things that I got from my local metaphysical shop. And I got in a bunch of new decks from U.S. games, and wowza. Like I said, I'm a little bit groggy. I'm sorry. It's too warm. I can't even drink any of that yet. So I haven't even had any caffeine yet. Oh yeah, and all of my decks. I have started releasing all of them, but I'll just do a brief just showing you. So, gosh, where to begin? Oh my gosh, where to begin? Because I got a lot of stuff here. I hope you have something to drink, guys. Seriously. It is another one of those massive haul videos. All right, so I'll start off with this. I still don't have a name. I don't even know if this is male or female yet. I haven't really connected with it yet. I think my instant is male. My instant thought is male, but I really need to meditate on it. It hasn't come easy with me this time. Maybe because of the snake bit. Maybe it's throwing me off a little bit, but I mean, I'm thinking he is beautiful. And he is a Venturine. And because at my local metaphysical shop, I always get like punches punches on a card, because they have like a reward system there. So every time I go, I get like a punch on my card. And once you fill up a card, you get like 20% off. So I got him for 20% off. I could not pass it up. I think he was like $50. And he is quite large. And because he's like special, you know what I mean? Special carving and stuff. I just thought for $50, I just could not. I could not pass it up. He was like screaming to me in the case, like, come on, take me home, take me home. My husband's like, you want him, get him. My husband enables me more than anybody, let me just tell you. So, yes. So I'm not sure about his name yet, but he's one of them. And I put him next to the copper that I got, and the tourmaline, black tourmaline, which I love these so much. Whew. Favorite things. Let's show you the bags. Let's get through, and there's a few books also that I bought. So I told Chanel over at Chanel Days and Chanel Chapters, she's got two different channels. One is for like her booktube, and the other one is like tarot tube and kind of everything else. I've got her two decks, the Astrology Oracle and the Solace Oracle. And the Astra, or the Solace, is more like lighter. It was the first one that she came out with. And she is such a sweetheart, because I had problems ordering her Disco Rocks. I think that's the name of it, Disco Rocks. Oracle. She sent me this also, which she should not have done, but I love it, and I love the book. I think it's fabulous. But I wanted to get a special bag, and this reminds me of Chanel, because Chanel is just like, she's like so put together. She's just a classy lady. And I thought of these almost like as in, it's not you know, Chanel, Coco Chanel, but that's what I think of when I think of Chanel. So the Astrology Oracle is more just like the darker version. So the white and the black, right? The light and the shadow. I just adore this deck. Just adore it. So I wanted to get special bags. I told her that I would also show the bags. And so I'm not feeling bad about how the election turned out. And I think that the majority of people spoke. Anyways, I might end up just cutting this part, but it was retail therapy. All right. So I did get some more bags also from Moonlet Fay. She was having clearance. She does have clearance every once in a while as well. And I adore her bags. They are expensive, $34 normally for like one this size. And I say expensive as in it's expensive to purchase and then with shipping. However, do I think it's worth it? I absolutely do. Could I sew? Yeah, I could sew. Do I think I can sew with this quality? Absolutely not. This is something that she does beautifully. And the craftsmanship of these bags is just phenomenal. So I have purchased full price from her, but I seen a bunch of stuff that was on clearance. And so I'm like, okay, I got to. So this one is like the Eye of Ra. I just thought it was so gorgeous. And then this one is like a Hocus Pocus. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. How cute is that? Right? And I'm not really a huge fan of the Hocus Pocus movies, but I just thought that was too cute. This one, I just love it so much. Love the colors. I love the inside. Communication, right? Beautiful. Snakes. I just thought that was really pretty. Oh my gosh. And then this one. I think I got all of these. Oh, I love that. This is the medium-sized clutch that she does. So I will be putting a link down below to her website. For you to check it out. She also has a Patreon. And her Patreon, I'm not a paid Patreon. I mean, I just joined that. I'm not sure whether or not I would do the paid. Just me personally. Because I'm really trying not to take on too many different payment things. You know, memberships, stuff like that at the moment. Just because we have to be mindful of what we have automatically going out every month. But, you know, I will be putting a link down below to her website. And she just does beautiful work. And I highly recommend. I do have 2 other bags from her as well that I've purchased in the past. All right, let's just get on really quick to the decks that I released. I want to say a big thank you to people also. Man, I really wish this was cool enough for me to drink some. It's still really too hot. I want to say a big thank you because since I've started showing some of my decks, and a friend told me, you know, you do these great walkthroughs for all these other decks, but you're not really doing that for your stuff. And it's just because I was trying to get through them, and because I do reviews for other places, I didn't want to put too much emphasis on them, right? So I still have not released all of them, although they are all available now. I haven't released the full videos, however, publicly. However, I do have a list, and some of the videos I am going to go back and change them and make them longer and show you the whole deck walkthroughs and pairings if I can pair them with something. But thank you so much for the people that have reached out, that are purchasing my decks, and because I'm just every day I'm getting new orders, and I'm just so grateful. That is so kind. Like these, I think I'm like maybe making $5 on them, because it was all I really did was just format them, right? So one of them is the Yule that came in November. One is the Lammas that I just released, the Lammas Oracle. This one is so beautiful. And I'm going to take this upstairs after this video. And I'm going to use this on my prosperity altar. Because this is the Sabbath of truly abundance, right? And I want to embrace that energy all year long. So, and I do have a deck coming from another Kickstarter from Ethany that is a like money one. So, and prosperity, abundance. Gosh, if I can get that. I really do hate these tuck boxes. I want to get bags for all these. So another one that I did that has not been released yet. It is unlisted on the channel. And that is the Litha. This one is so beautiful also. So for those people that are in summer months, like, you know, in the southern hemisphere, this is perfect, right? So if I release these, you know that we do have seasons all around the world, right? So it might not be for us in the U.S. right now, but it is for other countries that are in the southern hemisphere. And then another one is the Cozy Autumn Oracle. These all just turned out so good. I'm just so pleased with how they have turned out. So a huge thank you to the people that have really been supporting me and buying these items. It really means a lot. All the new subscribers. I am just blown away with how my channel is growing. I did not expect it. Oh, the Mabon. This is another one that's not been released yet, but oh my gosh, it's just beautiful. These are affirmations. And these really, I think, are so good for that time of year, different seasons people have. Like the Seasons of the Witch. The Seasons of the Witch feel like they are very deep and different kinds of artwork, right? I know somebody had commented, well, I don't need another seasonal deck. And, you know, nobody needs these decks, okay? But these are very different than the Seasons of the Witch. So I'm just putting that out there. The artwork is completely different. And these are affirmations. These are not like deep soul searching, like shadowy and all that, like what the Seasons of the Witch stuff is. At least from what I have experienced. They're like a little bit darker decks. And the artwork feels darker to me. So anyways, those are the 5 decks that I've just recently released over on my Make Playing Cards. I will be putting a link. I actually put a link all the time to all the decks. And at this point, I think I've done like 17 or 18 decks. I am currently working on, I'm sorry, I know this is going to be a little bit longer, guys. I apologize. Video. I am going to be working on the Love of Spreads Oracle. I've already got about 25 more spreads done, cards done already. And I want to get like at least probably another 35 to make for like 60 cards for that Oracle as well. I'm going to use the same background, the same backs of the cards so that people can combine the first edition and the second edition, right? So just so people, if they were waiting, knowing that I was working on adding more cards, it's not going to be an expansion. It's going to be a whole other deck. So once you have both of them, it would be like 120 spreads in a deck. Now, let me just say, I do love the other decks also that you make up your own spreads. Okay, like the different spreads decks. But these decks of mine are complete spreads. They're already made up for different things, different topics. The first one is really a lot of like chakra, and there's like past life one in there. There's ancestor one in there. It's just like skimming the surface of certain things. Shadow work, there's a shadow one. There's a depression spread. There is all 13 full moon spreads because I do true sidereal. So it includes Ophiuchus, and 13 new moon, full moon and new moon. So for people that do, you know, tarot around the moon cycles and stuff, that's all in there. The second one's going to be different. It's different kinds of spreads. And you know how my mind is and the kind of categories that I go in. But when I get it done, I will show everybody. And I am still working on my Book of Secrets. All right, so let's get on with, I'll show you a couple of the books. Where are they? A couple of the books that I picked up. I think I got these from Llewellyn. So, chakras and shadow work. Because before I started my shadow work several months ago, I did the chakras first. And then that led me into the deeper shadow work and then into the past life work. It's all shadow work. If you look at it, I feel like I hear sometimes people talking about how they haven't really started doing shadow work, or they don't really do shadow work, but they have an actual tarot practice. Guess what? If you're uncovering things about yourself, that is shadow work. No matter which way you look at it, I think the shadow is always going to show itself if you're doing self-evaluation, okay? Which I mean a good tarot practice for yourself. So that can be revealed in chakra work. That can be revealed in past life work, ancestry work, any self-reflection, really. Shadow can come into that. And 9 times out of 10 does come into that. Another couple of books that I got, because I love Thorn Mooney, okay? Every time I watch her, I just fall in love with her a little bit more. Not creepy, I just mean her personality and the things that, how she talks about it. She's just a very grounded lady. And so I picked up her 2 books because I want to read both of those. The Witch's Path, Advancing Your Craft at Every Level. And then this is her newest one, Understanding Contemporary Witchcraft and Wicca, which is Among Us. So I seen an interview she had with, oh gosh, who was it? Was it Ivy? I don't remember. I'm sorry, my memory is so bad. But I do remember that she was talking about that this is the kind of book, if somebody ever asks you, well, why are you a witch? Or, you know, what is witchcraft? That this, you know, if you refer them to this kind of book, it pretty much says it all. I haven't read it yet. I don't know, but I love that whole thought, you know, I love that whole concept. So those are the 3 books that I did pick up that I want to read. Okay, so some of the other decks that you guys have seen is the Nicoletta Ciccoli. I've never been drawn to this. And I've never been drawn to the big-eyed, right? I don't know what's going on. We change and we grow, right? And now, I don't know. Maybe I'm going through a phase, or who knows? I couldn't tell you. But, so I had picked this up. You guys had seen this. I got this from my local metaphysical store. because I do like supporting them. I buy a lot on Amazon because it's convenient, but I like going when I can, at least like once every couple of months, and buying, you know, $100, $200 worth of stuff from my local metaphysical store, because I don't want them to have to close down to a bigger place like Amazon, right? Wow, that's so good. So I also got the Les Vampires, or Less Vampires. And lo and behold, I fell in love with this deck. It is really good. Really good. So, after working a couple of different spreads with these, I was like, okay, I know that I am going through some sort of phase or something. So I picked up Oracle of Shadows and Light. I have not worked with this one yet, but I want to, and I seen this on somebody else's channel. I couldn't tell you who, because I don't remember. I seriously watch so much Tarot Tube. It's craziness. But I love it. I love the dark art of it. And so I picked that up, and I also picked up, is it Beautiful Creatures? It's the tarot with the purple. It's upstairs. I have been using that. I'm so bad with the names. I thought I had brought it down, but I didn't. So that's another one that I got. Also, I picked up on Amazon towards the beginning of the month. There was both of these in a thing for like a 2-deck deal for $33. So that made them roughly, you know, a little over, what, $16 each. I like the backs. They're a real good shuffler. And I like that this is like career and finances, priorities, and that it's got everything that you need right on them. I think these are wonderful for different kinds of readings, right? So I got that. And then I also got, ay caramba. Okay. I hate tuck boxes. I literally friggin' just do not like them. And then, because the number one thing I do is prosperity magic, right? I've talked about this before. I just don't think you can I don't think you can do too much prosperity work, in my opinion, because everything else falls down into that. And you know what? Proof is in the pudding. I have a very abundant life. And seeing how that's where I put my priority. I don't mean just in money. I mean an abundance of love and opportunity and health and good fortune, right? I feel like it's because of the work that I do. So if somebody tells you that they do prosperity magic and prosperity work, proof is in the pudding. Take a look at how they live. Take a look at what they have. And prosperity looks different for everybody, but keep that in mind. So this is also something that I feel is really a good deck for prosperity work, and I cannot wait for the deck from Ethany, right? That's coming. So for the prosperity, and that will be going on my altar as well, my prosperity altar. I do also a practice. I do a practice every Friday that has to do with like feminine. You know, like, oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just set it aside. They drive me crazy, those boxes. Which is like goddess work, okay? And I do that up in my bedroom also, the prosperity work. I have like my goddess altar, and I have my prosperity altars up there. And I have like my earthy one down here, and I have like my herbal where I do like herbal concoctions and stuff down here. I mean, I've also got little areas that have to do with like self empowerment, self reflection, being able to see the bigger picture kind of stuff. Oh, that's so good. So I want to show you, I also, from my metaphysical shop, also picked up the Halloween Oracle. I had this before, and then I ended up passing it along to somebody else, a gift, and I don't remember who I passed it on to. And when I was there, I said, you know, sometimes I actually not regret giving it to somebody else. I don't ever regret that. But I regret that I don't have it anymore, that I can work with it. And my husband's just like, well, then grab it. Like I said, he's my biggest enabler. So I just grabbed it again. So I want to try. I haven't worked with it. I didn't work with it this year because I had so much other stuff that I was working with. But this kind of energy, Halloween energy, I feel like you can tap into it anytime. It's a feeling. It's not really a time of year for me. You know what I mean? So I did get that. And like I said, I like to spend money at my metaphysical store in order to help them out as well. And I also picked this up because I wanted it to go with the Yule Oracle. Plus, I've also got the Vintage Christmas from Hattie Thorne, that one. And so I have paired both of these with the Yule one to see what it looks like. I haven't started working with them yet because we're not even at Thanksgiving yet. This week we are. But so anyways, those are what I got from my local metaphysical store, right? Including the skull. So, another thing, this is funny. This is actually funny. Jillian, what is her name? Jillian Wild. I had been getting, because I was on her newsletter, I have been eyeing this deck for years. Kind of hemming and hawing because it is also animal, right? And I want to expand myself. I'm not good at working with animal and tarot, but I want to expand myself. I've said all along it's my own limitation because I think sometimes I like animals more than I like, or I'm more accepting of animals than I am of human beings, because I see the tarot as human emotions and archetypes, not animals. But I can see the bigger picture of different archetypes if the deck is done well. Sorry, I should take it out. If the deck is done well with the archetypes, right? And this is not an all animal one. But I just adore this artwork and stuff. I'm not super, I don't love necessarily the cardstock, but it doesn't hinder me either. But I just thought this was so pretty, and I've been it's been on my list off and on for, oh gosh, 4 or 5 years, and I just hadn't done it. So I'm on her newsletter, and she was giving away, Jillian Wild, giving away 5 decks for $50, or a bundle. Not giving away, but bundling them up. So it was these 3 and 2 of this for $50. And I thought, I'm going to be honest, I thought, no. Because it was like $49 on Amazon for this. And I'm like, nah, that's gotta be somebody else, like, just trying to get your information, right? Don't click those links, Rochelle. Because I almost did several times. I'm like, man, that's a good deal, because I had looked at this one that I wanted. This one is super cool. And this is really cool. They were all really cool decks. And I'm like, for $50 for 5 of them? So then I seen that Deanne over at, what is it, Crescent Moon Tarot? Gosh, I hope that's right. On one of her thumbnails, she was doing an unboxing of all of these, like a bundle. I'm like, oh, it must be real then. So I hurried up, and it was even after one of the people in her chat had said that they were no longer available. But I went and got one of the deleted emails out of my email and clicked on it and went over and purchased it. And I had no problem getting, even after the day had, I think it was 2 days outside of the period, but she still gave it to me immediately. There was no question. I think this is so cool. So, and I went through all of them, and I think they're all cool. So, also, because I got 2, that's going in a future giveaway. One of them is. Where is the lid? I swear. If my head was not attached, I'd lose it. So anyways. And I got like 10 decks from US Games. So let me start showing you oh, you know what? Let me show you, before I show you the ones from US Games, let me show you the Kickstarters. All right. Okay, so one of the Kickstarters that came in that I have been waiting for, I just so in love. I am like a sucker for goddess decks, okay? The European Goddesses and Spirits Oracle deck. And I just instantly, I knew I wanted this deck. It's beautiful. The cardstock is beautiful. I have done a full walkthrough. It's just not aired yet. But on top of that, on top of all of these super cool goddesses and beautiful artwork that's in here, beautiful cardstock, beautiful production deck, period. The backs are friggin' gorgeous. It's like this just hit on everything for me as a hell yes, right? The box, just everything is friggin' gorgeous. And like I said, I am a major sucker for goddess decks. So there was that. A thank you. A beautiful sticker. What am I looking at here? How cool is that? Certificate of Authenticity. I was 343 out of 500. Then a sticker sheet. Very cool. And this big book that came with it. And this is a heavy book because this is quality premium paper. And it is just beautifully formatted. I mean, oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous, right? It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's got spreads in here. It's got the different, like, archetypes. Yeah, it's got, like, the different types. The witch, the untamed, the lover, the virgin, the mother, the dark, the sage, and the leader. The different types of goddesses, and then the different goddesses that fall under those different archetypes. It's just so friggin' cool. And then on top of that, a whole write-up. Get this out of the way. A whole write-up on the actual goddess. A full-page image. Oh, yeah. And then talk about a a whole story, a personal message, divination message, and then correspondences to work with that particular goddess. It's just fabulous. Just absolutely. So this is going back upstairs, and it's going to be something that I'm also using in my Friday practice. I just brought it down here in order for the videos. But that is going into my rotation. So another deck that I got, I still have not done a, did I do a walkthrough of this? Yes, I have done a walkthrough. I just it hasn't aired yet. Echoes Through Time. This is also a Kickstarter. This is by Lynn Thurman. And really pretty backs. Not a huge fan of the cardstock because it is super clumpy. So I wanted to find out about that soaping. I want to talk to Honey Lou and find out about the soaping process, because I'm thinking that might help with this. I've never done anything like that before, but I love the cards. I love the cards. I think she did a fabulous job on it. Just beautiful. Like I said, and I like the gilding, everything. Mine is a bit bowed, but I don't think that really matters. And a lot of stuff bows here. So maybe it's just got to be worked through. I'm not sure, but that's another one that I got. Kickstarter that came in. Excuse me. So another Kickstarter that came in, and I have done a walkthrough of this as well, it just hasn't aired yet, is the Rhythm and Soul Tarot. Sorry. And this is a stunning deck. My box also came a little bit tore up. Not as bad as I've seen other ones, though. I will say this one is a little bit bowed also, but it might work itself out. And the gilding is kind of weird. It felt like it was already like rubbing off before I ever even used it, right? And it was in cellophane, so I don't know if it was supposed to be like that, where it is just supposed to look like kind of antique-y, but I don't mind it if I'm being honest. I kind of like it like that because it looks like it's more vintage, like the actual theme of this is vintage. So I don't know if that was meant to look that way, but I'm cool with it. I like it. And hopefully the bowing will work itself out. Seems like in my environment, a lot of stuff bows though. So anyways, I am in love with this deck. It is so beautiful. The book is super good. I've done just for play, you know, 1 or 2 of the spreads, but I have not really worked with it yet because mine came in, I think, a lot later than most people's, because I'm pretty sure I was in the last batch that she sent them out. Even though, and maybe that doesn't matter, I don't know, but my backer number was in the 300s, and she did like 900 and some, and I think she put mine in the very last batch to send out. So, I did also get, I purchased this separately, and I was surprised to see that a lot of people's, as I'm watching walkthroughs of them, they're taking the cellophane off of their books. There was no cellophane on my book. It was already coming up on the corner. I have been putting it in between stuff because it was like this when it came in, and it was there was no wear and tear whatsoever on the box. At all. On the shipping box. So it was how it was packed in there. And it looks like there was a cut here. So I just thought that was curious. Oh, and there was a whole bunch of dirt. I swear to God, it was like somebody had put this on the ground and kicked on it or rubbed it on the ground or the dirt or whatever and then packed it. How interesting, right? And no cellophane. Why would there be no cellophane when other people's had cellophane? Interesting. And why would it be like this? If they are packed, stacked like that, because even now it's getting a lot flatter because I've been putting it under other books, right? To flatten it out and trying to get it to stop from coming up here on the edge. But let me just say, the book is so friggin' good. So good. There are, oh my God, you know I'm a spreads person, right? These spreads are really good spreads. They're based like on music and stuff like that. And even room to work them. I wouldn't work them in this. I would keep them for later, you know, as a reference. But I just think that this is a, oh, it also came with some stickers too. And I didn't get a pick either in mine. I know Sylvie, I just watched her video yesterday. And she didn't get a pick either. I didn't get a pick in mine either. So I don't know. And maybe it's just simple mistakes that happen when it's just one or two people that are packing up all of these for almost 1,000, you know, orders. Which is another reason why I don't think I ever want to do a Kickstarter campaign, right? Just saying. I'd rather just not deal with it. And if somebody wants something that I've created, they can just go to make playing cards. And I know it can be more expensive. Or let's just say I'm making less money on the decks because of doing that. But, because you can make more money doing a Kickstarter, depending on how many. If it's a successful Kickstarter, you can actually make quite a bit of money. But I don't care about that. I just don't want to deal with the hassle. So the people that are, my hat's off to you, because I'm sure that that is extremely difficult. I also wanted to, I picked this up because I wanted a really good deck. Same creator, all by Stacey Williams NG, La Panthiere, I think that's how you say it, .com. But so I wanted this to go with that. Most everybody that's seen, you know, that's watching this has probably already seen this on other channels. I had not gotten these. I had ordered at the same time the expansion for it, but a few days after I had ordered it, then I got a refund saying that it was out of stock, and it wasn't in stock on Etsy. So I'm sure it was just an issue on the website, had not accounted for it. So I'm looking forward to that being back in stock, the expansion for this. And I also want to get the Southern Botanical and the expansion. I think there's a couple other ones that I want to get too, because, oh, I mean, her work is just, it is really good. I love it. I think the cardstock is really good. I just love everything about it. The customer service that I've seen thus far, not so great, but people are human, right? All right, so another one that I got that came in, a Kickstarter that came in, is the, what is this called? The Cilan Code. This is what the box looked like. So this actual journal, which is super friggin' cool. This is based on like numerology. It also comes with a code, which I didn't do all of them. but I started doing them and decoding them in order to figure out what the alphabet is, right? Now, I'm not going to give it away. They have asked not to give it away, but I will just show you what I mean right quick. Oops. Okay, whoops. So, even this little card that comes in the package, it's a message. So, all these are alphabet. It's a code, right? So, on each one of the cards, which I'll show you in a minute, there is an actual code to each one of them. So I pretty much figured, and this goes in here like this, right? But I'm not keeping any of it, and I'm not keeping the cards in this. Just because it's kind of a pain in the bottom. I love it. I think it's really cool. I love how James R. Eads' mind works. I love, it is him, it is James R. Eads that also inspired me to, in order to get into, Geomancy, right? And his decks like Cosmic Visions, Oracle, and the other one, Prisma Visions. Those also deal with the Cosmic Visions. That also deals with like the in-between lives kind of thing, past lives, all that. And then this one is on numerology, which I thought was super cool. And I love that it comes in like a journal form, right? Like you're doing your own journaling. I have a couple of these. Oops, I don't want to. Okay, I'm trying to get to a page where, let's go to the back, where I haven't decoded them. How cool is that? It looks just like his writing, and he says that. It's just like a compilation of what he was doing while he was like coming up with this idea. Super cool. And I love decoding stuff. That is right up my alley. I think I had the alphabet decoded in like an hour. But it's my kind of stuff. I love doing that. So it also came with a coin. Oops. And here's the cards. What I mean by that is this is a saying. Those are all letters. So this is a saying down here. Each card has a saying. So once you know, then you can go through once you know the language. It is a language. It's another language. It is super friggin' cool. And that has to do with the characteristics of what all of these different numbers mean. And so it is 6 of each of the different numbers. And even in the beginning of this particular book, yeah, it tells you what the 1s mean, what 2s mean, what 3s mean, 4s mean. It's right up my alley. I love all of it. Now, this is Pythagoras, the way that Pythagorean numerology, okay? The way that the numbering is here. In my matrix deck, I have both, the Pythagorean and the Chaldean. This is more based on a sequence, an order, Pythagorean is, and Chaldean is more based on the vibration that the letter gives off. And Chaldean is older than Pythagorean. So, to my understanding, Pythagoras actually took a lot of Chaldean, which is like Babylonian numerology, in order to perfect it his way. But I like including both. And as I am writing my book of secrets for the Matrix deck, and I'm looking at, because on the top for each one of the cards and the words, I put what the value, numerical value, Chaldean and Pythagorean. And that is really showing me some wild stuff about the actual vibration of the numbers. And I'm telling you, Chaldean actually seems more in tune with me, okay? Like it works more. But you know, the jury's not out on that. That's just what I have noticed thus far. But anyways, man, this has been a chatty video. I am so sorry. But this deck is super cool. So if you have the opportunity and you love figuring out puzzles, escape rooms, looking at maps and figuring out labyrinths and word searches, this, and learning about numerology, this is awesome. I'm telling you, it's like, oh, baby, baby. I think that is all of the Kickstarter stuff. Now to show you the, let me take a break a second. Okay, so before I show you the last little bit of, well, the last 10 decks that I got in from US Games, after my dream, I did go and get quite substantial white frog. And I'm keeping that in my home now in order to embrace that symbolism from the dream. To embrace that for the next bit of time in order to help us in our nation. So, just wanted to show that right quick. All right, so on to all the decks that I got from US Games. And to be expecting walkthroughs, because those are going to be coming up on my channel. So, here is one of them. When Women Had Wings. And oh my goodness, is this absolutely stunning. This is by Angie Solins and artwork by Jenna Della Grataglia. Oh man, look at those sides. This is beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. I love Jenna Della Grataglia's artwork, her digital art. It's so great. So, and I love that. I think the backs are really pretty. I like the cardstock. It's very shuffleable. The box is great. I like Angie Solins, her writing. The writing in this book is actually very simple, which I also like that. So be expecting a full walkthrough and rundown of that. Another one I got is Dream Song Oracle, also by Angie Solins, and artwork by Marta Orlowska. This one is also really beautiful. Okay, so the Dream Song Oracle, this is by Angie Solins and Marta Orlowska. This is so pretty. Oh my gosh. And I think that this will go really good with the deck that I just showed, the When Women Had Wings. So we'll see when we do those walkthroughs, but excuse me, my voice. Sorry, this is a very chatty haul video. Granted, when are my videos not chatty? Because I'm just a chatty person. So, be expecting a walkthrough of this one. Dream Song Oracle. Absolutely stunning. This did come with a organza bag, but I already confiscated it for a different deck because I love these boxes. I like keeping them right in these boxes. They're beautiful, and they just look really good on my shelves. So another one that I just got from them is the Marchetti Tarot by Ciro Marchetti and written by Lee Burston. My very first tarot deck ever was a Marchetti, the Gilded Tarot. But it was the Gilded Tarot, Easy Tarot combination. These are all still in order just because I have not done the walkthroughs yet. But gorgeous. Very cool. I love all the black edging around it. I will edge this in black and it'll just look extremely cohesive and easy. So if somebody has problems with being able to see properly and they're afraid of edging their decks, if you edge this in black, you should have no problems. So beautiful. And those are the backs. Very cool. I love the masks. So be expecting a walkthrough of that one. This is a really pretty deck. Here is another one that I got. It's called The Light Within by Jody Bergsma. This is so beautiful. And I had recently gotten, or got, I should say, the Calandra last month or the month before for pre-release. And I think that these two are going to look so beautiful together. Absolutely beautiful together. So if you did get the Calandra Tarot, this, The Light Within, and the guidebook, yeah, really good. I couldn't remember because I only went through these briefly. Beautiful. And also talk about bringing in like your animal energy. It's done beautifully in this. And even the edges, even though there is like an edge on it, it's just like a continuation, like a darker continuation of the actual deck, the artwork. It's beautiful. These are larger. They're larger. But I love that the messages are already on there. And then the artwork is just so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm looking forward to working with this one and doing the walkthrough of this one. The Light Within by Jody Bergsma. Oh. Affirmations for daily inspiration and guidance. Absolutely. I'm all about that, man. I do love a wonderful affirmation. So another super cool deck is the Black Ritual Tarot. This reminds me of the Black and White RWS that US Games sent me. I might do a side-by-side. But this feels like it's the opposite. Where there's black, there was white, and where there was white, there was black, right? Here's the backs. I might end up cutting these down myself. I'm not certain what I want to do yet, because this is bigger. You can tell it's a little bit bigger. I'm not sold on all the white space around. I don't know. So I'm thinking I might, as long as the artwork matches up. And it looks like for the most part it does. With the back part and this part. Yep. And it does on the side too. So cutting it down personally, I think might be the route I go. But I don't know, because sometimes I really do, especially on black and white decks, I like the border. I even like that you can see the ink on these, right? I like that. It's not just like on one or two cards. It's like on all of it. But that actually leads to the charm for me. It makes it look more like handmade, like actual like ink. And this is called the Black Ritual Tarot by Adam Zonka. Using only black ink, the Black Ritual Tarot invites us to explore the depths of the psyche. Adam Zonka's highly detailed illustrations offer a monochromatic perspective on the enduring Rider-Waite archetypes and symbols. This black and white deck was created to offer focused readings that cast light on the dark and light aspects within our journey and ourselves. But look at that. I love the darkness in the backgrounds of all these. So if you've watched to this point, let me know. Do you think it'll look better without the borders or keep the white borders? What would you do if this was your deck? And if you do end up getting it, do you plan on taking the edges off, or do you like the white space around it? And what do you think about being able to see all of the ink on the edges? What is your thoughts on that? Does it make it feel more like handmade, like somebody just sat there and drew all these out already on the cards? That's what it feels like to me, and I actually like that. Even the backs feel that way to me. I mean, essentially that's what it is, even though it was mass produced, right? It just changes it. This contrast, this, I don't even know what you call it because I'm not an arty person, but it changes it. Doesn't it change just the regular RWS artwork so drastically? I love it. Now, you can tell that there are some differences, right? Obviously, this was drawn, so it's not a complete replica or anything like that. But it was drawn so good and so close to the original. But it just gives it a different perspective to me. I just love the black background. So anyways, that's another one. Be expecting a full walkthrough of that coming out, and some pairings and reading out of the book. And that's Black Ritual Tarot. And another one. This is the Fairy Tale Tarot. This is by Lisa Hunt. Oh my goodness gracious. I just got done doing the Pastoral Tarot, and I can see so much of her. You can see her style, her signature style in this artwork. It's definitely Lisa Hunt artwork, right? It's so beautiful. Let's see what it says on the back. When we hear the words, once upon a time, we are magically transported to a faraway land of enchantment, a timeless realm of wondrous fantasies and infinite possibilities. Presenting mystical tales from around the world, Fairy Tale Tarot invites you to embrace the universal wisdom shared by enduring characters and timeless archetypes. Their struggles, successes, and growth mirror our own experiences and teach us profound life lessons. When we see ourselves in the cards, we establish a greater awareness of ourselves. Yes. And I wonder if she did everything. If she wrote everything too. Looks like it. Looks like she did everything. Okay. Looks like she wrote the book also and illustrated it. I love that. So, be expecting a full walkthrough of this gorgeous deck. Fairy Tale Tarot. And another one. We've got the Luminescent Oracle. And this is by Anna Neves, or Neves. My apologies, because I'm not sure how she pronounces her name. Beautiful. Acceptance, adaptation, aim, allowance, ambition, balance, choices. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And I love that it's really about us, right? It's like bringing light to our inner self. Luminescent Oracle. It kind of reminds me in that regard to the Lantern Oracle. So I be expecting a full walkthrough and some pairings with this one and example readings out of it. Another one is the Botanical Dreams Oracle. And this is by Lynn Arajuno, or Arjuro. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Lynn Arujo. I hope I said that right. And Katrine Wellstein. I am so bad with the names. This is like the Mystical Moments. Same artist. It might be the same duo. I'm not sure offhand because I don't have it right here. But look. Beautiful. I love it. A lot of these decks that I'm getting here, I can see being used in conjunction with each other. Because what they sent me was 5 Tarot and 5 Oracle. So I love that. And when she said, are you interested in any of these? I'm like, you can send any of them to me. Because they all look fantastic and they're all right up my alley. Another one. Afro Goddess Lenormand. She knows that I am learning, my rep knows that I'm also interested in Lenormand. I don't have but only maybe 5 decks now that are Lenormand. And I think this is beautifully done. Now, first of all, the backs, I don't even know if the camera's picking it up. But it's like raised slightly. It's like, you can see the outline of Africa here, and then it's got like a gridding around. It's just beautiful. We've got the rider, the clover, the ship. I love this artwork so much. Okay. I get interrupted so many times, sorry. Isn't this beautiful? So I can't wait to do a full walkthrough. I don't know, but that reminds me of Mount Kilimanjaro. Oh, that's so pretty. Isn't that so pretty? That is awesome. I really love this artwork. And I definitely do not have anything like this. And so I wanted to try it. And so be expecting a full walkthrough and examples and pairings and reading out of the book. Okay? And then the last one that I want to show you. It's the Desert Illuminations Tarot. This is one that I had wanted the indie, and I wasn't able to get it, and then I found out that it was going mass market. So when she sent me the email on all of the ones wondering whether or not I wanted it, I'm like, especially, you can send me any of them, but especially this one, please. So let's take a look at the mass market. Beautifully done. This deck is so... Okay, this one is not in order because I was already messing with this one, of course. I'm just going to put it back in order for doing the walkthrough and the pairings and the review and all that. Oh, can you tell this is my kind of deck right here. Are you okay? Oh my God, yes. Oh. I love the colors. I think this is going to go really good with the Cowgirls and Aliens Oracle. I think it'll go really good with the Cosmovisions, or is it Cosmic Visions or I think Cosmovisions. I can't remember. Because I have both of them. I can't remember which one is which one. So be expecting a really, oh, and look at, it's edged like that. I didn't edge that. It comes like that. Oh, freaking excellent. Oh, it shuffles so good. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right. So that is that is everything, you guys. Oh my goodness. And today is what, the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd? I'm not sure offhand, but that's terrible, I know. But it's morning. I'm still trying to get through my first bit of caffeine and I slept too much, so. And this has been much more chatty than I thought, but oh well, it is what it is. Watch it in sections if you want. Take your time with it. I have to do this sometimes with the long videos. I'll go back to it, you know, save it and go back to it. But so what was your favorite of the new decks that you've seen that I've got? What do you think? Have you ever gotten any of the bags from Moonlet Fay? If not, I highly recommend, and I will be putting a link down below to her website. They are, I mean, these are high quality. So if you have that precious deck that you want to make sure, because these are like even like quilted, right? I mean, they're thick. So if you want a favorite deck of yours to go in and be special, besides sometimes having these in like a pretty basket on your shelves is just a beautiful, beautiful way in order to house decks, right? Beautiful. So anyways, thank you for spending this time with me. If you are still here at the end, put in an emoji, maybe a little sun emoji, okay? Or, no, how about a rose emoji? So thank you for spending this time with me, and I'm sending you love always.